So quite a bit has changed since the last video, and I guess the easiest thing for me to do would be to just show you. So I started out by realizing that my design was still pretty boring.
That is not cool.
So I created some more, and even more. And in the end, I kinda settled for this green bluish kind of design. And then I thought it would be pretty nice if we could close menus by clicking outside of them. And didn't Tanner Lindsley show a hook about that in his video?
And that is our second custom hook for today.
So my first thought was to use this as a reference for my own implementation, but then I did the pro gamer move and yoinked it. Perfect. So one of the core things for a new application is a super fancy landing page. And at the moment the application doesn't have a landing page at all. So I'm gonna work on the landing page, not necessarily because it's in my best interest, but because it doesn't require any backend, and it only requires me to write TypeScript and React code, and I think it's not as mentally taxing as working the entire stack, and I'm a bit fried at the moment, so I'm gonna work on the landing page and hopefully create something nice. Switching to just writing pure front-end code for a while is such a nice change of pace. I just feel that it goes so much quicker to code, I don't have to read the documentation as much, and I just have kind of my ways of doing things which I like. And you have a design ready and then you just code it, and it kind of turns out kind of the way you planned, and it's just a nice feeling. So this is what the landing page is looking like right now. I guess we have this kind of SaaS looking application where we have this heading text and a bit of information about the application, as well as get started button, which would take you to the login or register, and a learn more button. We also have this 3D model that kind of hovers in the background that I imported with the help of React Fiber. If we scroll down, we can see we have some card with the features of the application, what it's all about, to learn from yourself, to visualize your progress, and its aim is to help you reach your goals faster and to actually create change that lasts. If we scroll down even further, we can see that we have this kind of animation which it kind of shows a character completing her goals and her friends responding to her. And it kind of showcases for that you're able to share your progress with your friends, and they can take inspiration from it, or you can actually share your common goals with your friends. And here we have another section kind of showcasing what's possible if you start using the application. So you can see that, yeah, maybe we want to learn a new language and you spent 6 hours last week, or you actually spent more time with your family, so we have started improving on that as well. Or working out, and it's another call to action, and here's the footer. So I guess it's fairly simple, and there are a few things I like and there are a few things I don't like. I don't really like how this turned out. I think it's missing kind of the wow factor. I initially envisioned it quite different. I kind of wanted it more something along the lines of this, where you have this kind of emission coming from the model and this bloom effect just radiating out to create this kind of wow effect on the page. But it turns out that creating that is super hard. And what I mean by bloom is kind of this, that you can see that when we add bloom, it just kind of it creates this kind of focus with your eyes. It just goes, wow, what's this? And I wanted that, but it's super hard to do. You have the tools for it, and kind of semi-implemented it, but the problem is that, so this is what it would look like, but the problem here is that first of all, it blooms everything. It's not selected, so you can't only bloom this part, for instance, or this. But the problem is also that when you have to do what's called post-processing, kind of like you do with movies. You have to edit it after, and the same thing goes here. And there's this thing called Unreal Bloom Pass, which basically applies this bloom. The big issue here is that whenever you use what's called an effect composer, and that's what allows you to apply these post-processing shaders and filters and whatever, is that it turns this entire canvas render black. So we can see that here it's actually rendered in a canvas, but the background is transparent. But when we use post-processing, it turns that entire renderer black. And so it's an issue that's been I guess running for super long, because I've spent way too much reading up on how trying to figure it out. And yeah, it's not worth the effort, to be honest, because it kind of changes I guess the channel. I think it's by default rendering sRGBA or something, and when you apply effect composer, it changes that, and that's what gives it that black background, which isn't good. So I think I'm gonna have to replace this entire part, and I kind of want something with more wow factor to it. So I've created a bit of I don't know, here in my Pinterest, something more. So I think I want something like, well, this would be pretty cool, but I guess kind of this kind of look, or this as well. I guess something along the lines of this, because it's matching with my color scheme as well. But I want something that really focuses your attention and goes, wow, this looks super cool and super modern. What is this? And I don't really feel that we get it with this. It just kind of looks malplaced, and it doesn't really fit in the application and its current state. So yeah, so that's probably what I have to figure out. I'm also not sure about the height of this. I'm not sure if I want it to span the entire viewport height, 100 viewport height from the start. I might do a bit of tinkering, and I think I might need a last section as well, because I feel like we have features, we have progress sharing, we have this, and then it's just a footer. So I probably want a final section, and I might also need more space in between. I don't know, like, I feel it's a bit cramped, but I also have an ultra wide monitor, so that might be it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I want a bit more spacing. But yeah, so that's where my mind's at. I'm probably gonna have to do something with this, and I'm gonna tinker with the other parts as well. Yeah, so this was quite a short video, and it's more of an update video showing how the application is progressing. I didn't really go into any implementation details, but if you want to know, I don't know, how to use React 3 Fiber or how to use Framer Motion in React or something, you can just write it down in the comments and I'll make a video on it. Otherwise, yeah, so we have a few more projects in school, so I haven't been able to spend as much time on this project as I'd like, so that's why I haven't really posted any videos. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.